Hey everybody, I hope you all are doing well. Whew, busy, 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 I tell you. Let me do this quick video and I'm going to try and get to some of the emails, hopefully this evening, because I see today is just not going as planned. So listen to what this lady has to say. I want to talk about why single moms don't have this option. Not fair. They don't have this option. I also want to talk about why we can't talk about them. Oh, you better not. Why we cannot talk about them. So check this out. Here we go.
And I'm not going to on the fathers that are there because they are very, very necessary. However, I got a problem on, again, the women that stayed. Because earlier we talked about how before we can even, as Black women, get our mental health right, before we're even ready, we raise children.
Yep.
And we don't get the luxury of, it's too hard, I'm a bounce. No matter what, we got to make it work and we got to do what we do. So, though I don't want to sit on, again, Black men for being there, because we definitely need them. Let's stop non-Black women for staying and trying to raise our kids the best we can.
Exactly. That's what I want to talk about. We don't have that option. I watched a movie and it was so sad. You may have seen it on Netflix. This lady, she faked faked a sickness. She worked for insurance, so she faked the sickness, cancer, so she can go ahead and I guess get the attention of her family. And they weren't married. They had three kids together. And so when she's like, "Oh, this happened to me, and I'm sick, and all that." Oh my gosh, her live-in dude boyfriend, he started being so inattentive. He was cheating on her. All of a sudden, he started being attentive and so caring, and the kids. And then later on, fast forward, it was found out, and she was like, "Yeah, because I was so tired, and no one hears me. I'm always ignored, and yada yada yada." And then the next thing you know, man, they start tripping on her. We didn't ask you to do all that. Nobody asked you to always cook and clean. It was like, whoa, wow, look at the appreciation that she gets. Then on top of that, fast forward in the movie, what does he do? He sits up here, he meets somebody else that was on the side. What the heck? He done ran out of money with her. He meets somebody else and a higher tax bracket, nicer place, no children, and boom. What is this? He's gotten married. People doing what they want to do. So all the sacrifice, and it was like, wow, all those, they got teenage kids, all that work. Single moms don't get the chance to say, oh, well, I'm tired. Because what you're going to hear, well, you should have thought about that, which is true. Well, that's all on you. But no one's like, well, let's go ahead and try to find this man and hold him accountable. Maybe it's time for have a little family meeting. You know what I'm saying? It's time for a little meeting. No one holds him accountable. No, of course not. You can't do that to a princess. No, I keep telling you in the BC, they're the princess. You cannot expect those size 13 shoe Timberland boots wearing men to sit up here, male rather, to be responsible. It always falls on the women. Whether the kids act right, get in trouble, it always falls on the women. Well, how they were raised. Women working one and two jobs, a part-time job, a full-time job, raising kids, ain't going to school, everything falls on her. That's why I said don't carry the seed of poverty D. The men are shielded. You would think women get pregnant by themselves. Well, girl, you shouldn't have gone to that mall and had that pepperoni pizza, and that would have happened to you. It all falls on the woman. And that's why I say what I say. So speaking of and it's just not fair, but it is what it is. So want to speak on another subject that came about. Why you cannot talk about them. You can't do it. You cannot talk about them. You can't talk about the men. If you notice, look on social media. If you look on social media, and let's say you decide to go ahead and talk about fatherless home, baby mamas, things of that nature. If you notice, if you talk about maybe behavior that is not positive, if you talk about degenerative behavior, if you talk about, oh, hey, we shouldn't do this, we shouldn't do that, then you're going to get a whole lot of flack. And on top of that, that degenerative behavior, guess what? It's protected. Oh, you want to bet? That degenerative behavior, I'm trying to tell you, that behavior, it is protected. Oh, it's very much protected. People will come after you. And then don't forget, the powers that be, they may shut you down. And ask yourself a question. Can someone please tell me, why is that? Why is that? This behavior, they may shut you down. Or you might, somebody's like, what happened to so and so? Oh, banned from Twitter. So ask yourself that question. Why is it that they will shut you down? You know why they'll go ahead and shut you down for that reason? Because here's a part that I think a lot of people don't understand. It's like that doctor. She was that psychiatrist, I believe, a psychologist that talked about those black men, and oh my goodness, everybody got so mad at her and they shut her down and she got fired. Some old mammy found a job and she got fired. Here's a whole thing that people like that you don't even see with your silly behind. Yes, I said it. Here's what you don't see, dum dum. The only reason you can't talk about baby daddy or the continuous flow of these excuse me, fatherless homes, you can't talk about the behavior of children. Here's the thing that they don't see. And if you report them, you may get attacked. You know why? They're so stupid to see, because you're helping to meet the status quo. What you're doing is, when you do stuff like that, you're making it easier. Easier for what? What you're doing when you speak out about it, they will come to attack, because you want to know why? They don't want the ones who are engaged in this behavior, they don't want them to stop, because you know why? If they stop, then guess what? They might figure out that, hey, I can do something different. Heaven forbid they listen to a different point of view. So if people stop and say, hey, you know what? That's an interesting point. I think I'm not going to have a kid out of wedlock, or children out of wedlock by some bum. Heaven forbid you might look up, hey, where's little Kiki? Anybody seen little Kiki? Oh, well, you know what? She's going to school. She's furthering her education. Hey, where's little Kiki? Oh, she was able to get a job, start a business, and guess what? Not having a bunch of kids, she was able to go ahead and travel outside the country. Huh? Yeah, you didn't know? You didn't know? That's where she is. No. Yeah. Where's Lakiki and her man? Well, they got together. They decided not to have a whole bunch of children out of wedlock. So he does have a felony. But she went to school and she carried on. And then he decided to stay at home and try online business. He decided to stay at home and maybe learn how to trade. So he started out just having his goal of trying to make maybe $100 a day. Really, yeah, that was his goal. If he could just make $100 a day. Really? Yeah. They did that. They don't have any children, and they've been working toward a goal. They're trying to work things out. No drama. Heaven forbid you start thinking and realizing, hey, we pulled together. He may have a felony, but they decide, okay, we got one kid, no more kids. Let's try to work this out. Self-preservation. Let's try to have something. Let's try to do something different than the status quo, because the status quo sure as hell ain't working in BC. Heaven forbid you decide to listen and do something a little bit different. You know what may happen? That's when you become a threat. Surprise. Hey, Kiki ain't putting out a whole bunch of kids. Well, we were counting on people like that to put a whole bunch of kids out so they can go ahead and not raise them. And that's how we're going to fill up our prison system and have the SLAVE thing going on that we complain about. We need you to do your part, Kiki. What the heck you mean? Okay, you and your baby dad had a child, and y'all sticking together, no more children, and you're working and he going to night school, and then he got a side business. Y'all trying to, what do you mean you doing? You trying to build and have a family? Oh, that's going against the grain. Dang, if you start doing that, then that means, and both of the parents are involved in their children, then that means there's a less chance of the kids becoming delinquent and becoming a statistic and becoming Incarcerated. Can't make no money off you. Oh, I see you trying to level up. Got you. You and your man trying to level up. Oh. Well, let's go. We don't need that because then you might try to compete with my children. And I sure as hell don't want that. You might try to start competing with my kids. Huh. Uh-oh. That's what you might try and do. So you're going to start feeding the prisoner pipeline. You're not going to give birth to a lot of little gremlins that terrorize the community and bring the property value down. Oh, look at this black man. So he got a felony. So he's going to try to learn from the first time. He's going to try to sit up here and now try to get him a business going. Or he trying to get more than one business going. Or he ain't having a whole bunch of kids. Oh, so he calling himself he going to bypass the so-called child support trap, which it ain't no trap. It's the decision that you make. Oh, I see what he trying to do. So he's trying to avoid getting a lot of women pregnant so they can't put child support on him. He gonna protect his seed because he's trying to get himself together first. Also, he can't fall in that child support trap. Again, it ain't a trap, but let them tell it. It's not a trap. When you pull your pants down, you know what's going on. You know what's going down. Come on, let's not trip. So he's trying to avoid that so he won't be a statistic and then talking about, oh, you got them white folks in my life. And for those who don't know, because I didn't know, but a young lady told me, what that means is, let's say, I said, what do you mean by that? And she says, it's like you have one of those little hood dudes, because she had a boyfriend. She didn't have any kids by him, but he was a multi-baby daddy, fatherless homemaker. So what happened, she said he did not work. And he was like, oh, yeah, because if the baby mama, she'll have those, quote, white folks in his life. What she means by that, the child support, the judge, the police, all that kind of stuff. That's what she meant. So, yeah. So he's trying to get out and do something. Oh, you're not going to contribute to the delinquency of your community. Why do you think when you're criticizing this group, I'm going to complain. That's what the fools do. I don't like what they said. Because we're not going to be wrong. And Big Mama and Dad are not going to be wrong. We're going to keep on doing the same old thing. Like I saw the documentary from the 60s. I said, oh my God, this is exasperating, people. Oh my God. This is crazy to me. It's exasperating. The same old thing. The women getting on the program and then taking care of men and keep on having child after child already on the oh my God, the welfare thing, having child after child. The same thing that got you on there. So if you talk about that and you talk about fatherless homes, single mothers, over and over again, because people are really doing what is taught. Sometimes you think of what you know. Sometimes you're doing what's taught. You're doing what you see in your community. So when you talk about those things and people attack, and the powers that be go, oh yeah, that's right. The powers that be, I hate to tell you, they're smarter than you. The ones who want to complain about it. Take it behind on. Go and get involved in entertainment. Go do that. I'm not going to support degeneracy. I'm not going to see you going down a path that's like not working out for you. Say, girl, go ahead. You was doing good. I'm not going to lie to you, baby. I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm not. I promote family. I promote building. And I promote women. When you find yourself a single mother, I promote you saying, hey, pump the brakes. You don't need no more losers today. I got 3 kids and don't pick no more losers. He got to come with something. Other coaches do it all the time. The same one that create the single mamas that want to always complain about them. Boy, bye. But stop and think about it. The single mother, she's right. You don't have a chance to say, I'm having a bad day. You don't just walk away. Because guess what? The father already walked away. Hell, somebody got to stay. You don't get that option. You don't get that option. And it's not fair. You don't get that option. Some of the things a single mother has to deal with, whoa, you're nonstop. By the time something go bad, who they want to blame? Blame the parent that stayed. And then you might be sitting up here doing all you can for these little gremlins, and they want to try to come for you. You ain't the reason my dad to stay. Honey, your dad not there because the food don't care, and I'm sorry to tell you. Instead of saying, hey, for the one that stayed, I thank you, I appreciate you, I love you. Oh, no, they don't want to do that. The one that stayed, it could have been a whole lot easier for a lot of women if they didn't have children. That's just the reality. And some want children, I get it. But to sacrifice, and they don't always make the right decision. Hell, nobody does. That's life. And then that's who, it's on a single mother. It's all on her. What the hell is that dust bucket Timberland wearing food? Where is he at? But see, you can't criticize that behavior, people. Do you understand? You can't do that. You cannot criticize that behavior. And the powers that be, they don't want you to, because they know, heaven forbid, if you listen to a different point of view, guess what? You might wake up. It's like, no, don't listen to that person. Yeah, that's bad. You don't want to hear that. Yeah, really don't. You want to hear that. If you listen to a different point of view, you might start to think differently. They don't want that for you. Why? Keep them dumb. You heard Papa seen a video called Keep Them Poor. Yeah, keep on a hamster wheel. On a hamster wheel, you're so tired and you want to hear the news and what's going on. You're just tired. You just want to relax and oh my God. They know what's going on, baby. They know what they're doing for sure. They know what they're doing. They're playing no game with you. They know darn well what they're doing. Keep you on that hamster wheel. If you're on that hamster wheel, you'll keep on you keep on working. You can't really see what's going on. You're too busy trying to make something happen, just trying to survive. That's what they want. And then they're making decisions that will affect your life. You think? So that's why when you criticize these men in particular, the powers that be, they will attack. And that's what I did. All you did, fool, was continue the degeneracy. That's all you did. That's all you did. That's all you did. And I let them know it. When it went, really? Oh, really? Again, the powers that be, they already know. It's best to keep this community going like it's going. You don't need education. Ladies, keep on have several kids by different men or the same man, and you working hard and on that hamster wheel. And then while you're working hard, 1 and 2 jobs and trying to go to school, you have no idea. The kid might be leaving every day and skipping school. You have no idea who's having influence on your kid. And there's so much dysfunction you can forget about. What is this thing? There's so much dysfunction you can forget about trying to have a village. The kids are out of control, and there's too much dysfunction within the community itself. So, if we can keep you in the status quo, keep the fatherless homes, keep the women working, and you look up, the kid is now at 10, you're like, hey, so-and-so, he would never do that. Girl, while you up here working and going to school, you don't know who he on the phone with, or she. They have a whole influence on you. Let the streets raise them. The streets can also infiltrate your home. You busy working, trying to keep the lights on. Rent, food, clothing, insurance, transportation, gasoline. You do all of that by yourself. Somebody else could be whispering in your child's ear, or they could be influenced by someone else, a father figure. And if it's out on the streets, you know what time it is, what kind of human it's going to be. You already know. Let's not act brand new. Not like Forbes is out there on the corner. Hey guys, and today we're gonna go ahead and learn the meaning. Here's some cards what shorting means, going long. Please. You have no idea who's affecting your children, who's having an influence. No idea who's having an influence on your children. So baby mama gotta do all of that. With all these hats, gotta do all of that. And then she gets tired. Working. Then the money's not enough. cooking and cleaning, everything is all on her. But she can't afford to put down a baton. She can't afford to just take a break. Can't miss a day work to maybe just rest. You think? No, I want to keep that going. Because they know while you're busy working trying to provide, there's a high possibility that someone else can be in your kid's ear, whispering, saying some things, and influencing them in a way that you never saw coming. And then sometimes you look up, girl, it's out of control. Little Rodney done it. Say what? Mm-hmm. Are you kidding me? Hell no, I'm not kidding you. He did what? You heard me. Yeah. So this here, that's why it's best to keep it like it is. Are you kidding me? Keep it like it is. Because that way, if you keep it like it is, then guess what? They're going to stay in the same position. It ain't hard to figure out. We know what the fatherless homes too, with what overwork, stressed out single moms lead to. We know what that does. So when someone criticizes it, we know what the culture of the BC is, promoting thoughtism and some fast, quick money, and land in jail. Yeah. We know what that leads to. They know what that leads to. They know exactly what it leads to. So if anyone talks differently about it and you want to keep a group down, ignorant people don't understand a different point of view. Don't understand a different point of view at all. Don't understand a different point of view. Closed mind. And that's why you can drop them off with different people and the food. You was dumb last week. How come your behind you dumb this week? Do you not listen? No, that ain't the way it's done. No. Oh, okay. Just don't get it. And they don't get it. Newsflash for you. That's why you don't got it. That's why you don't got it. Just don't get it. A different point of view. So yeah, when you wonder why, think about it. It's like someone had said a man had pulled up and he'd actually pulled up. He pulled up on a guy who put his relative in a baby mama situation. He sure did pull up on him. And I said, you did the right thing. I said, the guy think he's slick. You did the right thing. Let him know you watch you. So don't try to play. Either you get married or you're not. The baby's already here. You get married or not. So I said, you did the right thing. You ain't slick. You think you are. You ain't slick, dude. You're not. I said, yeah, you did the right thing. Call him out. Since you want to play a little game, either you're gonna get on the pot or not. So just call her what it is. It's either she's gonna be a wife or baby mama. Let us know what's up. You're not gonna be coming around here trying to say, oh, that's my wife to be. The baby's already here. You've been dating for you. I said, you did the right thing. And then I noticed there was a different situation that somebody had got involved in. And I said, hey, I noticed you didn't say anything when that was going down. And it was somebody else, not his family. And he said, I said, because I know your thought process. And I said, why you didn't say anything? And he said, because he says that person is protected. And he said, what it is, you can't call that out for other people. For your family, yes. For other people, you can't call it out. Why? And it makes sense. Sad to say, degeneracy, it is protected. It is. Why is it protected? Don't call it out. Because if you call it out, gosh darn it, somebody might wake up and somebody might do something different. And if they do something different and it works out for them, then guess what? They're not going to follow in the path of fatherless homes. Fatherless homes creates a whole lot of communities full of crime and poverty, always needing jobs, always some drama, always some stress. Fatherless homes. So guess what? Don't call it out. And if you do, you might get attacked. But the powers that be, they already know. If you want to keep somebody at the bottom, and what they're doing, you can see the trajectory, then guess what? You're not going to sit up there and say, hey, let's have a conversation. The politicians are not going to come to you and say, hey, let's go ahead and have a conversation because we need to stop doing this, that, and the other. They're not going to do that, because if you do that, then you might try to level up. And someone's got to be at the bottom. So that's why the powers that be, I think they will protect degeneracy. Why? To keep them there. Because if you start talking about what they should do and someone thinks about it, you can't have it on a grand scale. If black women say today, we're not having no more baby mamas, we're not having no more children, and a man's got to come correct. We're not taking you in. You're not coming into our lives if you just have your 3 trash bags and your Timberland boots or your Nikes, and we're not doing it. If they were to start doing that, we're going to start having our education. We're going to start creating our own businesses, our own companies. We're going to pull together. If they would do that, then you would have less crime, because you would have less children out there in the streets running around and crazy. You have less people in prison. But that's what's mainly there. Despite being 30% of the population, you finna cut somebody's money off. You see, less of you would be stressed out. Less would be dead. Because you wouldn't be a low performing man that want to go up and you ask him about child support. He try to pull up and try to murder you. You might live a little bit longer. Mm-hmm. You see what I mean? So if you start dealing with the seed of poverty D, you might live longer, and that's more you having a chance to maybe really fulfill your true potential. So it's good to protect the ignorance and see the wrongdoing and protect it, because you don't want them to wake up. If they wake up, they may prove to be more competitive for your children. You don't want that. Keep them where they are. No joke. Keep them where they are. Keep doing that. Yeah. Don't believe in family and building. You don't believe in that. But you're not believing in it, guess what? Other people are. They're building. And then you look up and you're like, hey, look what they've got. Look what we've got. Yeah, a whole big bag of nothing. Hey, why did they, what? Nobody else complains about a critique of fatherless homes, baby mamas being abandoned. Nobody else complains about that. No other race does. Because they get it. This race does. You can't talk about these men. It's all on a baby mama. The men are protected. You better not. You can't talk about them. They'll come after you. Why? The fools don't know they feed into the status quo. You're pretty much feeding to your enemy's hand. They want to keep you down. So single mothers doing the best they can. Well, of course, you can dog her all day long, because they know with her having a responsibility of those kids, it's only some people can go ahead and go farther, but speaking statistics wise, it's only so far she's going to go. Your body can only do so much. So yeah, keep that going. Why? Less competition for other groups. Keep that going, baby mama. She got right to be baby mama. She want to. Now put her kids against other kids, and they've got better schools, private schools, making you and your kid feel bad. It's all part of the plan. So that's why ignorance is protected, and that's why you can't talk about these canes. You can't talk about them, because they think I'm gonna go tell Zaddy, and Zaddy already know I got this fool under control. Oh, you trying to open up their eyes? I'm gonna have to do something. They already got the fool under control over there. Oh, trust and believe. It's a raggedy bootleg Cain that's created a fatherless home, and he's not prosperous. He don't care about his seed or his legacy. Pretty much his legacy, it's not a legacy, it's a tragedy. So you think about it, you wonder why. Why you can't talk about them? Why you can't critique them? Baby doll, if you're following it to the BC's program, and you know there are cultures within cultures, if you're helping a prisoner pipeline with your wound, or dealing with these low performing men and they marking you, you're working for the WS, doing a great job. You're really working against yourself. That's all it is to it. So that's why I don't want to hear about all these complaints about, oh, what the white folks doing, and when they but what are we doing? Time we hear something different, we ready to buckle up, knuckle up. So yeah, that's why you can't what? You cannot talk about them, or you better not. Are you crazy? Because them is doing exactly what they want them to do. And look where it's gotten them as a whole. That's why so many are incarcerated. That's when the black women right now are facing eviction. I saw another article. I'm like, oh my gosh, again, I wish you would stop. That's why you can't talk about them. Because somebody might wake up. Last, as a many woman who, if she was not abandoned by the seat of poverty and had his children and living check to check, if she wasn't abandoned and they could have put together, maybe both of them work, try to do something, some kind of contribution, she wouldn't be homeless right now. Wouldn't be stressed out right now. Wouldn't be depressed right now. PTSD right now. So yeah. There's a reason to go ahead and protect the negative behavior, to protect the ignorance. There's a reason behind it. Are you kidding? I want you to wake up, girl. You might sit up here and realize what all you can do. You already got, look at black women now. Sitting up here, how do you do it? 3 and 4 kids, going to work, a part-time job in school. Girl, superhuman, what are you doing? Superwoman. Who can do all that? If she can manage that and still stressful and get a certification, what do you think she can do if she hadn't had kids so early by the seat of poverty and wasn't abandoned to have done everything by herself? Imagine what she could do. Child, she might be an engineer by next week. Engineer by next week. You saw Hidden Figures. So we have all this talent, all this potential that we can exercise if we keep on going in the position that we're going. And that's what I want to say. I know it took a long time. And oh my gosh, I'm behind the, gotta go. Listen, let me know what you all think. I only want the best for you, your families. That's all I just want the best for you. And that's why I open up my big mouth just to share what I can, what I think may help. So let me know what you all think. Yeah, single mothers, you don't get that chance. Oh, it's all, we should have thought about that. You should have thought about that. It's all on you. What about the man? She didn't have a baby by herself. She didn't get pregnant by herself. Like I said. So now you know my opinion on why you can't talk about them. You better not. No, they are doing what the others want them to do. They're making sure that they stay at the bottom. Thanks for watching. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share, and I'm out.